A couple weeks ago, I made a new video testing out the new Cyclone. The results were not very successful. Since then, I've seen a couple of awesome builds in pro play involving the new Cyclone. I really want to try them out. I saw a super cool build done by Spirit, one of the top uThermal players against Protoss, and I also really feel like trying some Ghost Mech. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Game number 1 is against a Protoss player. Now, I was just watching a VOD, actually, of Spirit against Showtime. Pretty much, I don't know exactly what rank they are, but they are, you know, among the best Terran and Protoss players in Europe. And the build Spirit did, I don't know if it's strong, but I did really like it. It was completely my vibe, so I'm going to try it out. So what he did is he went for a super fast third command center. And this is a build that is one of the only strategies, to be honest, that I really wanted to try with the new Cyclone. It's when you play against Protoss. Typically, going for a fast RTC is very risky because you very often will just die to early blink attacks and stuff like that. But if you go for Reactor Cyclone, especially if you play against Stargate, it could land you in a good position. Now, this is definitely a little questionable still. Like, maybe against Blink, it's still not that great. Against Stargate, it would definitely be pretty good. So I guess we'll see. Now, one style, or I should say the main style that I really do want to try out, is kind of going into Ghost Mech. Because I feel like Mech in the past has always been a little bit on the weak side. I am not quite sure if the new Cyclone is going to fix that. Probably not, but it does open a little bit of room for new styles. And the thing is, whenever a unit gets changed, when it's new, if you guys don't know, I think it's, how long has it been? Like maybe like a month or like 3 weeks or something since they made like 14 changes to the Cyclone. It does leave a little bit of a period where the other players are not quite sure what to do against it. So if you invent a new style, you could definitely enjoy success for a couple months, even if it's theoretically not that great. And that's why being creative, you know, is always very rewarding. Now, I do think I'm gonna... Wait, should I SCV scout actually? I'm not sure if I need it, to be honest, if I'm going to play double Cyclone. Well, I don't want to die to a proxy gate, so that's one thing. Now, my opponent's actually not going to block my natural, which is really nice for me, to be honest. Like, that's one of the, you know, you guys see it when I play Protoss myself. It's actually one of the most annoying things they can do. You know, attack your SCVs with their probes and block your natural and stuff like that. Lucky for me, he's not going to do that. Definitely not a uThermal viewer, I would say, because I feel like a uThermal viewer would definitely be attacking my SCV there. So it is a normal expansion. Second pylon here as well. Always want to scout for that. Now, I'm not going to make a Reaper with this build. I hope I'm going to do this build decently well. Else I'm going to be disappointing my friend Piotr, aka Spirit. You know, for saying I'm copying his build and then absolutely ruining it. So I think what I'm supposed to do is I go for 2 gases. Then one thing that really surprised me when I looked at the build is that he only makes 2 Cyclones. And then he cuts Cyclones to make 3 factories. Like, that sounds incredibly greedy to me, but I mean, he's the pro, guys. I guess he knows the build better than I do. It sounds a little insane, but I guess he definitely figured out that build pretty well. I mean, it looked pretty strong. Now, let's see. I should be able to afford exactly 2 Cyclones with this amount of gas. They are 50 gas, right? I always get it wrong. Yeah, they're 125.50. For some reason, it just sounds weird to me. I don't even... What did they used to be? 150, 100, I think? So the gas count was actually cut very significantly. Then this one is going to make my 3rd command center. And then I suppose I'll just go out on the map with these 2 Cyclones. Not sure if there's anything, you know, I have to be afraid of in particular. Probably not. If it's Phoenixes, we'll see it in time. Now, is an Adept in my base? If he lets that shit... Okay, now he's going to lose the Adept. I did lose a full HP mule for it, though. So that's a little bit painful. The SCV doesn't matter that much. Once again, sorry to the family of the SCV, what it is. And then now I'm going to cut Cyclones and start adding on factories. Yeah, I really feel like this build looks insane. Wait, you don't need an armory for the Cyclone upgrade, right? Or do you? I don't think you do, actually. But I guess we're going to find out. Luckily, TechLabs build really fast, so we're going to find out very soon. Then I'm going to make a 3rd... Look how insane this build looks, by the way. Triple CC, triple factory off of just 2 Cyclones. Now, my opponent's playing with Adepts only, so he's probably going to have to cancel that shade, actually. He's not going to cancel it, looks like. Well... I mean, yeah, this way the new Cyclone is going to look very strong. Yeah, wow, what a unit, guys. Can you believe this unit is so freaking strong? Ah, there we go. It is okay. I was wondering, there must be something here on the way. There's no way that this is everything else. That would be an absolute joke. Okay, wait, can I surround these maybe? No, actually, I don't want that. I want to go back into the main base. Let's see, now the Cyclones do die very fast, so I do need to keep that in mind. He does have a battery here now as well. Should I lock on? No, the Oracle is going to... run out of energy anyway, so I don't have to. And now, yeah, this is quite the situation, I have to say. I mean, I did a decent amount of damage, but also not an absolutely crazy amount. My opponent, however, did do a pretty crazy amount of damage, but now I do have 3 CCs and 3 factories. So I don't know. I would say this is probably okay. It's really not great, but it's okay. Oh, can we kill that? Barely not, I think, right? Yeah, I think it barely survived. I'm not 100% sure, actually. Well, these have 19 kills, by the way. Oh my god. That is really not bad, guys. Now, I don't think I should be making more units for a little bit. I'm going to make sure I have my SCV production stable, and then I can slowly start producing units. Keep in mind, I have killed all of his adepts, and... Wait, was he making another Oracle? I don't think I could see it, right? Well, he was going for Blinkstalker, so maybe it is a little bit risky by me to not make units right away. But then again, I feel like right now, if I survive with this build, we're going to find ourselves in a pretty decent position. Yeah, the problem when you lose a lot of economy like this is that you don't really have a follow-up. Like, you know, I would love to go into tanks and Hellions and then eventually Ghost. That's probably the coolest part about this whole style, that you end up having Ghost and an active version of Mech instead of the usual... Ghost and Thors, which is like the slowest army composition in the game. And so you can actually move it on the map, but right now I don't think I have money for it. Now, I do have the speed upgrade. What's funny is that they look fast to me now, but I'm pretty sure this is the speed they had without an upgrade before the patch. But for some reason, they look like they're absolutely zooming to me now because I already got used to the super slow Cyclone. It's kind of funny. Okay, should I go for... Okay, yeah, okay, so he's going to go for Blink Aggression. Yeah, this is not the best position by me. I'm going to have to use my SCVs for this because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get down the ramp. I don't have... Wait, he's going to stay here? If he wants to stay and fight, the Cyclones are going to do quite well. You can tell that they're not the best at defending this, but they're doing a pretty decent job. There we go. Going to kill a couple more of these Stalkers. If he's going to stay around, he's going to lose all of them. And there we go. Let's look at the supply. Okay, 35 supply. No third base. Proxy gate complete all in. And in this game, to be honest, I mean, we killed a very similar amount of workers, right? Which should be pretty even for the PvT matchup. Maybe slightly better for Terran, but the build looked pretty good. This is definitely the best Cyclone build I've done so far. I guess it was a nice warm-up game. Let's go to game number 2. All right, game number 2 is against a Zerg player. Okay, now against Zerg, I don't quite have as specialized of a build as I did against Protoss just now. I would love to play another game against the Protoss and try that build even further, by the way. But against Zerg, I mean, I had some... If you guys watched my tournament run in the $60,000 tournament qualifiers, then I had some pretty decent strategies against the Maga, to be honest. Like, it really didn't look that bad. Now, I wonder... And this is probably pretty silly, to be honest. I just straight up, this is probably not the right idea here. But I'm wondering if we can do a similar build. Maybe not the exact same build, but a similar build against Zerg. I'm going to go for a gas first and try to do the exact same build. The reason why I'm going for a gas first is just to explain. A gas first, gas before barracks, that means basically gives you 50 more gas than a barracks first build. And I really want to make a Reaper against Zerg. If you don't make a Reaper... 4 links can just run across the map, and then if you have 1 Marine, you know, I think you could do the math. I don't really want to be pulling my SCVs to deal with that stuff. Also, Reaper is going to give me possibilities for outplays and whatnot, and that is always going to be very, very nice for me. Now, let's see. This map is very interesting, by the way, to play on. So, what if okay, I'm going to take this as a third base, and then I can mine this out and just slowly start creeping up like that bottom side of the map on the other side of the minerals. I feel like that could be a really cool playstyle if you're playing Cyclone Ghost, like for sure, right? Not quite sure if the gold base is going to be very useful. Yeah, it's not a rich gas, I think. Rich gas is a double gas. That one is probably a normal one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably a normal one. So maybe it is not that great if you're going to play Mech. Mech always needs a lot more gas than minerals. If you guys ever pay like close attention to someone playing Mech, it always looks kind of funny because they'll just be like spamming command centers and turrets and make their depots really fast and stuff because there's nothing else to spend your money on. And then when it comes to making Hellions, which only cost minerals, they will just YOLO them in all the time because, you know, they're super, super replaceable. It's mostly about the core army that you have, the Cyclones, the tanks, the Thors, and perhaps the Ghosts as well, even Ghosts being, you know, despite being a bio unit, being very gas expensive. Now, let's see if we're going to go up against the hatch first here. Looks pretty normal to me. Don't think I really want to be blocking his hatchery. There's actually one thing that I don't really like doing. Oh, I need a depot. That's why I was thinking, wait, I misrallied it, but no, I actually need a depot there. I almost messed my pass markup. But in the past, whenever I blocked the Zerg's hatchery, they just ended up doing some weird builds, which might even be difficult to hold. Like, I don't know. In this case, 2-base Muta, for example, would be pretty nice. But you could be doing builds that are bad against 2-base Muta, and then you don't really want to be blocking that base, right? So, yeah, in general, don't really want to go there. Especially if I'm going to play like a somewhat greedy 3cc. Don't think I want to go up against someone roach rushing me, for example. I'm definitely sure he took this base, but I'm going to check anyway. I wonder if I could adapt the build a little bit to make 2 Hellions before the 3rd command center. Yeah, I don't really like it, because then my... Oh, he took this one. Because then my 3rd is going to be a little later, but 2 Hellions would help me against a ton of Zerglings. But even then, it probably not help me that much. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take my 3rd base before the Hellions, and then I'll try to do the exact same. Yeah, so far this is pretty much the exact same build, besides the fact that I'm gonna go for a Reaper here. Now let's see, is there an Overlord that I can kill? That is one thing these Cyclones are gonna be better at than the old one. Like you have like a Cyclone hunting squad way earlier, right? Now I would guess that maybe there's an Overlord up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lift my barracks to go there. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna take too long, because I still need this to build a reactor. But if there's an Overlord there, I just want to make sure that I have it killed pretty much. We go for another factory, and then I have to start adding on these gases. Let's see. Is there an Overlord there? No Overlord on the pillar. Okay, that probably means that the Overlord is going to fly into the main base at some point, or not fly into the main base because my 3rd base is already on the edge there. So the Overlord already would have seen it. Okay, there it is. Well, now it's going to see my factories, but this is actually quite interesting. It's going to see my factories, but not the 3rd base. So I wouldn't be surprised if it looks to him like I'm doing some kind of crazy Mech all-in with just mass factories. Like, I wouldn't expect, without having looked at his VOD, I wouldn't expect that you can get this many factories off of 3cc's so early. Like, to me, it looks kind of crazy. Now, the 3rd is going to finish. That's going to give me the supply I need. Yeah, you can tell this build is actually very well measured, by the way. This is the reason why you want to copy builds from pros, because, otherwise I would have made, like, an extra depot, and I would be missing out on a Cyclone here. So, definitely always nice to copy builds from the players who actually know what they're doing, unlike me. Now, when is my timing to attack? That I don't know. I've mentioned in a couple of videos, I've been playing a decent amount of Zerg. When I've played against Cyclones, I have not really had any trouble, to be honest, because I just make a lot of Zerglings, and if they dare to move out, I'll surround them, and then they die. That is pretty much what has been happening, so that makes me a little bit less confident. You see, guys, my Zerg is so good already, it's making me less confident in playing against Zerg. It's a tough situation, guys. Let's see. I do think I need a couple more Cyclones. I would love to do a scan, but I don't think scanning is smart. What we need to keep in mind here is that my opponent could... How long does it take, actually? 100 seconds. Oh, that's actually a very long upgrade. I didn't even realize that. But we need to keep in mind that my opponent might think that I'm all-inning on 2 bases, so he could just be spamming units, which would be good for me theoretically, but if I move out and run into that unit spam, then it's a different story. Oh, he's blocking that. Guess I'll just send one Cyclone to do with it. I'm gonna make... No, that doesn't really fit, actually. I'll make another command center there. I really want to go for a lot of bases here, try to keep the map control with the Cyclones. I probably should wall this off slowly, right? Yeah, that could be nice. Let's see. Yeah, that's 4 more Cyclones finishing up. I'll wait for these. I kind of want to do a scan as well. Yeah, it's just a Ling Bane. He doesn't have a lot of gases. Yeah, I'm sure he just has a million freaking Zerglings. That's basically what I'm expecting here from him. I'm going to move across now. And I guess we're going to see whether this is a good idea or not. I mean, it's a lot of freaking Cyclones, you know. Like, my army is pretty huge, but I'm still absolutely terrified. I have to be honest here. I think I want to go for a double armory as well. Really get the mech upgrades going. All right, here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Is this build absolutely awful against Zerg? Oh, he's making a lot of units, and he has a Roach Warren already. I saw the links go up for a surround. That's why I'm falling back mostly. Was that he's making a Spine Crawler as well, which is quite interesting. I mean, I'm making a 3rd command center at the same time, right? So do I really have to be too afraid? Now, I could start making Ghost already, which... yeah, it's a little expensive, though. Not quite sure if I want to go for that yet. Okay, here we go. I'm going to find this. This is a line of sight blocker, by the way. So many links are going to die there. Exactly. That's a very cool, a little bit of luck there, of course, but a very cool map feature for me in that scenario. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and kill this base. He killed that with his roaches. That's a pretty cool play. Okay, I don't want to get surrounded here, so I'm going to take it a little bit easier. I'm gonna go back. Let's see. I'm gonna make the upgrades and then I'll start a couple extra factories. I think that's the play. Yeah, the thing is, guys, these Cyclones have been looking very strong, but if I ever get surrounded, they're literally all dead to just a handful of Banelings, really, and that's it. So that's why I need to be just ultra careful. Also, he was trying to take the gold base, which is something that I have to keep in mind. Oh, I'm gonna kill that. It is really nice, by the way, when it comes to microing the Cyclone, that they changed it. So that Cyclones actually lock onto the same targets now. Like before, they wouldn't do that. And it was really hard to, you know, get one target down extra fast. There we go. That's another decent trade for me. Might be able to pick up the rest of those Zerglings as well on the way back. Yeah, looks like I will. Very nice. What is this army? Mass Roach for now. I wonder if I could do like a crazy Hellion run by or something. Like, it just doesn't really feel like the worst idea to me. I haven't transformed that yet because I really want it to be a planetary. Let's see. Okay. He definitely has more units somewhere else, so I need to be very careful. Okay, we got a lot of lock-ons here. Okay, well, this is good trade so far, and here we go. This is the part that I hope he wasn't expecting. Let's see. Let's get all of these lock-ons. He is probably sending his Zerglings back right now, I want to guess. He's going to go for an infestation pit. There's the surround, but it's going to come at the cost of pretty much all of his workers over here. Wait, I can even escape with a bunch of these, which is super nice. Let's... Oh, I tried to transform it into a planetary, but I guess the engineering bay is still not finished. Not quite sure if I just didn't build it on accident or something. Oh, one mistake I was making here, by the way, is that I was instinctively reinforcing with Hellions. Because I know I have reactors on them, but here it would, of course, be better to just be making Cyclones. Yeah, I guess I didn't make the engineering bay, right? So I still have to build it. Is he coming across the map? He's not coming across the map yet, so I'm just going to send more units. And now it is time to go for some ghosties, guys. Let's see if we can get the... Oh, he is attacking me. Oof. My army is freaking tiny, to be honest. That's why I'm scared. I don't even have an army, really. I have to siege these so freaking carefully. But I am going to be doing a lot of damage, to be fair. So that's one thing. I'm going to get 2-2 as well here. Let's just run these away for now. Kill all of these workers. So you probably want to repair these. Because they're so freaking low HP. Yeah, these drones are dead. Wait, he's going for swarm host? Or is that an accidental swarm host? No, it's actual swarm host. Oh, okay. That's interesting against the new Cyclone, to be honest. And I actually mean interesting. I don't mean that it's a weird choice. I haven't seen anyone do that. Could be very strong because the new Cyclone is going to have a relatively tough time keeping up, I suppose. Gonna have to start making some sensor towers and maybe even more Cyclones instead of tanks, actually. I can just put like a tank line over here and then start moving out with my Cyclones, trying to catch the swarm host. Gonna go for building armor real quick. Okay, exactly. Oh, this could be nice. Oh, what a catch. Can we get all of these? No, probably not right now. Okay, thank goodness I didn't go for that because I would have lost every single Cyclone here. But instead, all the locusts are pretty much wasted, which is super nice. He's going to come in here, but I do have the tank over here. So he is not going to want to go in there, and I'll be able to take this base relatively easily. I do think maybe I should make some more turrets on the outside of my siege line. Yeah, it is really scary to go up against swarm host, I have to say. Can I snipe? I'll snipe a roach, I suppose. Oh, wait, the turret actually baited the locust there. You guys saw that? The turret baited the locust, so I probably would have lost one tank to that, I think, but instead I didn't, which is really nice. Okay. Gonna kill all of those roaches now as well. Yo, I feel like this map is working out super well for my playstyle. I've killed so many things for free this game, and I am not even really trying to kill them for free, if that makes any sense. Like, it just happens. Like, the units with the speed. Okay, let's see. I just want to make sure that I don't accidentally lose everything here. The swarm hosts are probably coming as well. I got a couple snipes. Yeah, I need to be really careful for those locusts. Now, the Cyclones, I still think they're going to be pretty good against the locust here. Yeah, those are doing a pretty good job. I mean, without the locust, he cannot really kill this base unless he wants to sacrifice 1,000,000 Banelings for it, which I would be okay with. I'm going to lose one more tank there, which kind of sucks. Maybe it's time for another Hellion run by on the left side. And slowly I'm going to get more and more ghosts. I think I am going to add a couple more barracks. Maybe I should go for double engineering bay as well. Yeah, I'll get the range upgrade first, and then I'll go for 1-1. That is the plan. I mean, if I get more and more ghost up, it's just going to be better and better for me. Okay, let's see. I gotta make sure to target fire those tanks. Can I get the shot on the Banelings? Barely not, unfortunately. I mean, so far this seems like a really good fight still, though. Like, these units are not really getting close enough. I am gonna lose the ghost, however, it looks like, but... I mean, the Cyclones are actually doing a fantastic job against the Locust. Oh, I do need to back off again. It's really funny. This feels so backwards. that my, you know, my cyclones are doing good against the locust, but then I need to run away from roaches because they die really fast. It doesn't work yet in my brain, guys, but I'm sure at some point we'll, you know, we'll learn how it really works. Now, I should probably be producing some more Hellions, just so I can get run-bys all the time. Here, I'll send 2 over to that side. I'm gonna get Cloak as well, I think. Yeah, I'll get the Cloak. And then maybe at some point I could go for a really fat double nuke. I could consider unsieging these as well. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna unsiege them momentarily. There we go. And then I'll just siege them back up again. Should I really be losing anything besides that one? Oh, not even the turret, actually. That is quite nice. And now what do I make from all this stuff? Oh, that's a ghost that just decided it didn't want to live anymore. That's quite sad. Let's see. I'm just going to make these into hellbats. Oh, I should probably get servo still, right? What is my supply right now? My supply is looking pretty good, I have to say. His army is also getting smaller and smaller. Don't forget. Here, I'll try to get a couple snipes on the Ravagers. See, there we go. 4 Ravagers down. That's 100 and 100 each, by the way. Like, those things are actually very expensive. Oh, where are you guys going? Well, I guess you're just going to be wandering around for a while. I mean, I'm fine with that. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Okay, let's see if I can get a couple more snipes, maybe on some Ravagers. Okay. Every time I get in here, the Cyclones are just tanking for me, and the Ghosts can just spend all of their energy on free snipes pretty much, which is great. I think... Okay, this is a little risky. I'm gonna send my... no, I should wait for the wave first. I wanted to send my Cyclones to the top left to try and kill that, but I should probably use them to kill the wave of Locusts first, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna lose, what is that, 2 Cyclones there, I believe. Could have been a couple more. I think it was 2. Let's see, I'm getting a good amount of Ghost up here, guys. Oh, he's gonna... he's using his in 2 waves. That's quite smart. He's already mining from there. I definitely don't want to allow that, okay? Let me just target the Banelings real quick. This should be pretty all right for me. Wait, he wants to go for this. That is kind of crazy by him, I have to say. I have so many Ghosts here, guys. He's going to lose his army, and he's going to lose the drones now. The Ghost Cyclone Mech now, guys. I mean... Obviously, there are some mistakes being made. How do I... Oh, that's... Dude, the rally is freaking in his army. I don't know why. I heard like 2 ghosts die already, and I was like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, what's wrong with you? Stop. But now I get why. My bad, guys. But I feel like the style is very, very cool. Oh, what he was doing here is a really cool move too, by the way. Like, he was mining from the top base first to try and mine out my side of the map. Now, he's going to try and surround me, yeah. Well, that's actually... That army's pretty small. So I could probably go here first. Wait, is this... What the hell is this? Oh, it's just a couple I was wondering, like, why is there just a couple roaches here? It makes no sense. Well, I guess I'll kill 5 roaches. I'll lose a couple Cyclones for it, but obviously here, I do have the, you know, a very well-defended position. Now, I need to be careful to not get overwhelmed in one big fight by the Swarm Host, and then I think we're going to be pretty good. The tanks have done a great job of defending me, by the way. Like, without these tanks, the Roach Ravager defending that would have been very, very tough. I am playing slightly different from a normal battle mech style, because I don't have that many workers. Oh, can I get some snipes? Probably not. Well, yeah, I got one of those. I guess it's fine enough. It's really funny. If there's no tanks, these actually do 0 damage. The tanks are what does damage, you know? Okay, let's see. I have so many ghosts now. I wonder... Okay, yeah, he does have the Banelings. Let's see. I'm just going to check up here. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Okay. If he wants to fight, I'll fight. I mean, I have a lot of ghosts here, guys. Those are gonna disappear. There we go. Keep in mind that without the tanks, those don't do any damage. And he's gonna have to reinforce now. He already lost a lot of his Banelings. Guess I'll just siege a couple tanks slowly. My goal here... Actually, I'm gonna rally these back. My goal here is to kill the bases on the bottom pretty much. Oh, if he's not paying attention, I can kill a couple. There we go. We got a couple of these. That's very nice. I'm gonna morph these over here. Or CC's over here, rather. And then I'm going to push the left side as well. I do need to be careful for the Banelings. The Banelings are definitely scary. Okay, let's see if I can kill all of these before the tanks fire. There we go. Very nice. I feel like he's not sending them all in the same wave, which is probably a little bit of a mistake. Oh, I really like this split pushing stuff. Look, this is great. Okay, so he's gonna come over here. I think I will be able to kill all of those in time. Oh, the Banelings are coming in from the top though. Really, really good sandwich by him, I have to admit. But I still have enough. My splits were also pretty good. And now I'm gonna be able to push this side over here. Let me just make sure I don't lose those to the remaining Locust. My supply is pretty low. I think I need more gas than I realized, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can snipe a couple of these. And the Locusts are going to be really annoying in this small quantity, but so far it looks pretty decent. I also just have... This is literally just an army of ghosts at this point, which looks incredibly silly, but we have done it. Okay, well... yeah, this was not quite it, to be honest, guys. I'm not sure if you guys are feeling the same as me, but in this game, I feel like I was mostly just owning him. 52 workers killed. I'm not sure what I did. I feel like I killed a base early on or something, or I got a lot of good trades. But this game was very, very difficult. But what's weird to me is that what made it difficult is probably the tanks more than anything else. Like, I know the tanks are good against the Bailings and stuff. And without I need tanks against Bailings, but they were making it very hard against the Sormos. They made it so that I couldn't move out. So am I supposed to literally play Cyclone Ghost? Is that what I'm going to be doing now? Now, I definitely could have done a slightly better job at making more workers. I think if you play this style, you do want a couple more workers, but still, good experiment. I think if you want to play Ghost Mech, you do have to do it slightly differently. The Cyclones are good to some extent. But yeah, they struggle against the Bailings. But if you make tanks, your army becomes slow again. So I'm not quite sure yet. There's a lot more experimenting to do. Let me know what you guys think. And that's going to be it for today's episode at TvP and at TVZ. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.